Melting heart, a nice deep chest opener. Coming onto all fours and gently drop your chest to the ground. Your hips should be over your knees. Knees can be hip width or shoulder width apart. Arms are forward. Most of you will need a blanket or a cushion under your chest. Do not lean too much forward on your chest and do not lean with your hip backwards. Find your position. Take your time. You can open your hands wider or bring them closer, whatever feels comfortable. For some of you, you might feel discomfort in your shoulders. Then you may bring your hands above your head, bring your fingers above your head and rest them. You have option to either place your chin on the ground or forehead on the ground, whichever you prefer. If you place the chin, you increase the arch, you increase the extension of the spine. But not everyone has that capability or possibility. Then you can place your forehead on the ground, which is also completely fine. Remember, it is not a competition. We do not want to enter into the red zone. Stay in orange. Keep breathing. A deep chest opener. Also a nice stretch to the glutes. If you feel too much pressure in your neck, it means you are leaning too much forward. And if you feel too much pressure in your lower back, it means you are leaning too much back. Try to be in the center, hips over the knees. Melting heart, stimulating the heart chakra, Anahat chakra. A gentle, nice back bend. The upper body is in a gentle back bend. The lower body is in a gentle forward bend. Breathe. slowly moving into child pose, knees together, heels together, and walk forward with your hands. Rest your forehead on the ground. Now you can bring your hands next to your legs. It is ideal to keep forehead on the ground and hips on the heels. Sometimes, if your shoulders are feeling tight, you might bring your hands above your head. Caterpillar. Forward bend. Start with legs in front of you, sitting on your sitting bones. Very important. Now at this time, if you are not sitting on your sitting bones, please use a blanket or a low cushion. Now once you are sitting properly, raise your arms above your head, breathe in and reach up. Lengthen your spine before you go forward, and now reach out forward, gently forward, 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 and drop your head. Your feet are hip width apart, toes are relaxed. For some people, it is normal that your toes drop inwards in the position, and for some of you, your toes might drop outwards. That is because of the shape of the socket and the position of your socket of your hip. Find your position. Your nose is going towards your knees, giving you a nice gentle round back. Your hands can be holding your feet or by the side of your legs. Keep breathing in your belly. Feet are gently active. Fingers are active. Feel the flow of energy from the crown of your head. A very nice stretch for the spine, glutes, and hamstrings. Common challenges in this pose will be tight hamstrings or tight lower back. If you cannot go all the way forward, use a cushion or something. If you can, stay there. Remember, touching nose to your knees is not the target. The goal is to go into a deep, nice forward bend within your range where you feel orange. Keep breathing. Caterpillar, forward bend. Caterpillar pose helps to stimulate digestive organs. Stimulates organs in pelvis cavity. Breathing may become a bit challenging because the lungs are pressed. during the flexion. So easy, gentle breaths. It is important that you don't go in a very deep forward bend where you feel that you are in the red zone. It's possible after a few seconds you want to go deeper. That is okay, as long as you are in orange zone. Dragon pose. Here we will do the yin version of a dragon pose. Mostly dragon is a yang version, but there is one version which we can do as yin. Sitting on the diamond pose. Bring your right leg forward. Walk on your hands and slowly bring your right leg forward and left leg back. Your leg is outside your hands. Once you find a good position, bring your weight on your elbows and drop your head down. In this position, you can drop your knees slightly outwards if required. If you need, you may use a cushion under the head or under the hands. If your knees feel any discomfort, you can place a blanket under the knees. And now stay in the pose. Mentally observe any places for stress and discomfort. Keep breathing. A nice groin stretch. You will also feel external rotation on your right leg. Breathe and observe the sensations in your groin. Long and nice. Feel free to come out of the pose if you feel discomfort. Feel free to adjust. And slowly come out of the pose. Move your leg and come back to center. Other side. Take any props you need. especially for the knees or the ankles. Move the other leg forward. Slowly move the weight to the elbows, drop the head. You should be able to relax in this pose. Often we do dragon as very yang because it needs opposition and strength. But this variation is very close to sleeping swan. Slowly going in crocodile pose, lying on your belly. So walk forward, lie down on your belly, whichever way you prefer. Place your cheek on the ground, hands under your cheek. Now toes are touching each other, but heels drop outwards. In this way, your inner legs can relax. Your glute muscles can relax. Crocodile is another relaxation pose. The whole body relaxes on the ground. Your legs become relaxed. Your glutes become relaxed. Sphinx pose, easy cobra. Begin with crocodile or lying on your belly. Bring your elbows under your shoulder, lift your body slightly high. Place your elbows under the shoulder. Neck is nice and long. Feet are close to each other. Now legs are active but not tense. Your glutes are gently active but not tense. Don't try to squeeze or relax them. We are here stressing the lumbar spine. Some of you might not find it comfortable in your neck. In that case, you can move your hands slightly forward and support your face. So just move your elbows forward and place your hands, cup your face. Here you go a little bit lower, but it's better to do this than to have a uncomfortable neck. If you don't need this, always go back to the regular pose. Only use props or modifications if necessary. Now, easy, relaxed breathing. Continue to observe your mental processes. Observe the thoughts which are coming and going. Simply observe. Ask yourselves, am I these thoughts? Or am I the observer of these thoughts? Keep breathing and mentally aware. Am I these thoughts? Slowly going in crocodile pose, lying on your belly. So walk forward, lie down on your belly, whichever way you prefer. Place your cheek on the ground, hands under your cheek. Now toes are touching each other, but heels drop outwards. In this way, your inner legs can relax. Your glute muscles can relax. Crocodile is another relaxation pose. The whole body relaxes on the ground. Your legs become relaxed. Your glutes become relaxed. Seal pose, high cobra. From the lying position, open your feet slightly apart, hip or shoulder. Slowly come up, and you might need cushions to hold the pose for longer period. Here your shoulders are away from your ears, spine is straight, hands by your side. It is also recommended to use 1 or 2 cushions under your chest so you can hold the pose longer without tiring up your shoulders. You can look here how cushions are placed. You will see the spine is still same height, shoulders are now relaxed, neck is relaxed. All the pressure is now on the lumbar back, much deeper pressure. Once you have found your position, take easy breaths. And this time, observe your emotions. Observe the current emotions. Simply observe the emotions without engaging in them. Learn to become the observer. Slowly moving into child pose, knees together, heels together, and walk forward with your hands. Rest your forehead on the ground. Now you can bring your hands next to your legs. It is ideal to keep forehead on the ground and hips on the heels. Sometimes, if your shoulders are feeling tight, you might bring your hands above your head. Frog pose. Moving into frog pose. Sitting on your knees, make sure you have arranged the cushions or any blankets for your knees. Moving forward. Come on the all fours, open your knees apart, place them on the blankets. If you want, you can keep your heels closer to each other. And if you have nice external rotation, you can keep your feet out. Going forward, make sure your knees and hip are in one line, not too far. You can keep your hands straight or bent. Find a good position for yourself. It might take some time. That's okay. Keep breathing. A very nice groin and glute stretch. If at any times you feel discomfort in your knees, you can try flexing your feet lightly to see if that helps. You can use a cushion under your chest or your belly. Some of you might prefer to have a long bolster under you. If this is very uncomfortable, you can do one leg variation. You can see here how we'll do it. You can straighten your right legs out. Then it becomes easier because you are only stretching one leg now. Or you can do the regular position. Make sure whichever position you choose, you are in orange zone. Don't go too deep. It is very easy to get into red zone in frog. If you want, you can support yourself on your elbows and rest your face in your hands. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Mentally relax your glutes and your groin muscles. By holding the pose long, you will be bringing the stretch to the tendons. Cat pulling its tail. A nice twist pose, starting with lying down on the ground. We do it in steps. First, move to Sphinx. Bring your right leg out as high as possible, coming into Beach Babe. Susie calls this pose Beach Babe. Now, if possible, move your left leg away from you to get a deeper stretch later on. Now bend your left knee in, hold your ankle with your right hand and lean backwards. If you want, you can hold your knee, bring it closer with your hand. You can pull your back leg with your hand to get a deeper stretch if you need. Find a good position and stay. Some of you might want to remove the cushion, some of you might prefer the cushion. See what is good for you. Easy breaths in your belly. You are doing many different stretches in this pose. You are stretching your quadriceps in the lower leg. You are stretching your glute group in the upper leg. By twisting, you are stretching your obliques. You are also twisting your thoracic and cervical spine. Keep breathing. And slowly change sides. Take your time for the transition. Be mindful during the transition. Sphinx, then Beach Babe, and then holding the leg and drop. Find a good position for yourself. Sleeping Swan. You may start with diamond pose or downward facing dog or butterfly. Gently move into Sleeping Swan, right leg front. Make sure to abduct the right leg. Keep the leg parallel to your shoulders as much as possible. Once you have found a good position, slowly walk forward with your hands and rest on the ground. At any times, if your right knee feels discomfort or feels red zone, gently flex the right foot or bring the foot lower towards your pelvis. Some of you might need a blanket under the knee or the ankle. Remember, it is not a competition. Use any props if you need. Do not hesitate. But also, do not overuse the props. Only use when you need them. You might need a cushion under your pelvis. You might need a blanket only. This pose is an excellent pose for increasing the range of your hip. You can rest in this pose. This is a passive pose. Let the gravity do all the work. Even the body is passive and resting. Your mind should be active and aware. Stay with your body. Stay in the present. More important is to keep the focus in the present. Make that your goal. Mentally accept the position. Enjoy it. Observe it. Do not let any thoughts distract you. This is your moment. Slowly come out of the pose to change the legs. Take your time for the transition. Prepare any props you might need. Dragonfly or straddle. Start from a sitting position. Open your legs wider. Make sure you are sitting on your sitting bones. You can open the legs as wide you like to open. Make sure you are still sitting on the sitting bones. Knees are straight. Feet are gently active. Toes are going towards the ceiling. Your leg muscles are very gently active but not tensed. Once you have found the good width of the legs, walk forward with your hands. And rest. You may use a cushion under your head. You may use any other props to stay there. You might be someone who will be touching the forehead to the ground. It is also possible that after few seconds you will feel the need to go deeper into the pose. Make sure you don't drop your toes forward. Your toes are going towards the ceiling. Feet are gently active. Just feel the presence of the feet, and that is sufficient. Forward bend happens from the hips, the pelvis. It is not important how deep you bend forward. It is important how much you tilt your pelvis. Keep breathing and send the prana coming from the breath mentally towards your groin. Dragonfly, a very efficient hamstring and groin stretch. If you feel you are not sitting on the sitting bones, you may always use a cushion under your sitting bones. regular, consistent breathing. Observe the stress on your pelvis, your hamstrings. Shoelace pose. Starting with your diamond position. Now this is the preferred method. Of course, there are other methods to come in the pose. I recommend to start with diamond pose in the beginning. Now move to one side. Make sure your hips are not over your heels, and then cross over the leg to the other side. Find a good position. So you are sitting on your sitting bones. Your right knee is over your left knee. Stay there for a while. Check if your ankles are fine. Sitting bones are on the ground. Now, if you cannot do this pose like this, feel free to choose any variation of shoelace, which are loose shoelace, untied shoelace, or broken shoelace. Once you have chosen the variation of your choice, gently walk forward with your hands and bend over. A nice deep external hip rotator. If you feel too much rotation on your hips, you can always walk back with your hands or choose to be sitting straight instead of bending forward. You can also choose to sit on a cushion, which decreases the amount of flexion, which also makes it easier on the hip rotators. Feel free to adjust. It is very easy in this pose to come into a red zone. Make sure you are in orange zone. At any time, if your knees feel red, you can gently flex your feet. Sometimes it will be easier for you if your feet are flexed, and maybe it will be easier for you if your feet are softly pointed. Always check both options to find the most suitable position. And slowly rolling up. Mindfully change the legs. Bring the other leg, left leg, over the right leg. Take your time. If you prefer, you might also do a short angel pose. If you don't need it, just move on to the other side. Find the most suitable variation. Banana pose, a lateral stretch. Move your right leg out. Join with the other leg. Now bring your hands above your body and reach out to your right side and stay there. It's a gentle lateral stretch. One side of the spine is having a lateral flexion and the other side is having a lateral extension. Most of the poses are either forward bends or back bends. This is one of the poses which is a lateral stretch. In this pose, we also give a gentle stretch to our obliques. Some of you might not feel much in this pose, and some of you might even feel stretch in your intercostal muscles in between your ribs. Sometimes it is not necessary to feel the effect of a pose in the muscles or joints. This is one of those poses. According to some teachers, banana pose works more on the energetic levels. Slowly come back to center and move to the other side. Lying down in Savasana, dead body pose. Complete physical and mental stillness. Your physical body is very heavy, made up of bones, flesh, blood, and tissue. Let the body rest on the ground. Let go of the control of your physical body. Let the floor hold your body. Your feet are heavy, sinking into the floor. Let them sink. Your ankles are heavy, sinking in the floor. Your shins heavy, sinking into the floor. Your calves are very heavy, sinking into the floor. Your knees are heavy. Your thighs very heavy. Your whole leg very heavy, sinking into the floor. Your pelvis is heavy. Your hips heavy, pulling your body into the floor. The whole spine is very heavy. Your ribs are heavy. Your shoulder blades heavy. Fingers, palms, forearms, upper arms heavy, sinking into the floor. Your shoulders, neck heavy. Your skull, your head heavy, very heavy. The whole body is very heavy, sinking into the floor. Let it go. Let the floor hold your body. Lift your legs few centimeters off the ground. Feel the heaviness of the legs and drop. Drop completely. Lift your hips off the ground. Feel the weight of your hips and drop completely. Lift your arms off the floor. Feel the weight and drop. Feeling the weight of the head, drop it to right side. Gently feel the weight of your head as it falls slowly to the right side. Bring it to center. Gently move the head to the left side. Feel the weight and bring it to center. The whole physical body is very heavy. Let it rest. Guiding each body part to rest deeply. Relax my feet. My feet are relaxed. Relax my ankles. My ankles are relaxed. Relax my shins. My shins are relaxed. Relax my calves. My calves are relaxed. Relax my knees. My knees are relaxed. Relax my legs. My legs are completely relaxed. Relax my pelvis. My pelvis is relaxed. Relax my hips. My hips are relaxed. Relax my spine. My spine is relaxed. Relax my ribs. My ribs are relaxed. Relax my chest. Relax my fingers. Relax my wrist. Relax. My arms are relaxed. Hands, my shoulders, relax my neck, relax my head, relax my physical body, relax my astral body, relax. Slowly bring your awareness back to your body. Move your toes, fingers. Become aware of your breath. Become aware of the deep relaxation you have. Become aware of the surroundings. Take your time, keeping your eyes closed. Slowly come in sitting position. To conclude the class, we will chant Om 3 times together. Breathe in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.